Welcome. You have reached review time with Imperial, and today's review will be Snake Eyes, a G.I. Joe origin. Let's go over the cast. Henry Golden starring Snake Eyes. Andrew Koji playing as Tommy. Takaki Hiro playing as Kenta. Peter Mensah playing as Blind Master. Akayo Uwas plays as Heartmaster. He actually had a series on Netflix that was okay. Haruko Aide plays as Akea. Samurai Weaving plays as Scarlet. And Ursula Cabiro plays as Baroness. So that's the cast. This was a decent movie. And right off the bat, subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Share it. Let's get into it. So those of you who've seen Snake Eyes, grew up watching G.I. Joe, you always seen, it was two ninjas that were very popular, Snake Eyes and the other one. And you really never knew a backstory. Now, I took the time out and I watched the G.I. Joe movie that came out with Shannon Tatum and them many years ago to see how that just to get familiar with myself on how they did that one. It was very Hollywood. It wasn't as bad as it was originally. When it first came out, it was people inked on. It wasn't as bad as like Street Fighter was. It wasn't that bad. It was just like a lot of CGI that just looked kind of ridiculous in a sense. But it was overall decent. And it showed backstory to the Snake Eyes character. And he didn't talk in that movie, so it was going to be interesting, being as though this is the Snake Eyes origin, how they was going to play this. So getting into the movie, it starts off with a young Snake Eyes with his dad walking in the forest, and they're going to a safe house, but he don't know they're going to a safe house, and the dad is not telling young Snake Eyes what's going on. All he knows is that they're going to a house. So they get to the house, someone was tracking them. Middle of the night, his dad wakes him up, basically tell him they got rolled. And he already knew somebody was in the house. And when he told him, hide, but if something happened, don't come out. So, of course, he's been a kid. He's not going to listen. He just hear a lot of drama going on outside. And they got the drop on his dad, and it was about to kill him. So he ran out, hit the guy that was about to kill him. And then the dad pretty much told him, escape, get free. So he jumped out the window and routed. They killed the dad. Fast forward 20 years, and it shows Snake Eyes fighting in a underground fighting tournament or whatever. And he ran into a guy who was watching him for some time to recruit him. He knew about his backstory with his dad and Kenta. And he pretty much told him he need a guy like him on his team. And if he would join him, he'd help him find a killer to his dad. So that sparked his interest. Now, he called himself Snake Eyes because when his dad was about to get killed, the villain pretty much told his dad roll the dice. And when he rolled the dice, he rolled Snake Eyes. And that's where he got the name from. So, of course, he joined Kenta. And when he went to Kenta, Kenta said, you got to earn your way, so I'm going to start you off at the docks. His first day at the docks, he meets Tommy. And him and Tommy kind of hit it off. And he's in the back cutting fish. But what they do is they gut fish that they found in the ocean, and they transporting guns in the fish. So Kenta comes, he finds out that Tommy's there, and Tommy is undercover from a clan back in Tokyo, and they were cousins. And so to show Snake Eyes' loyalty, Kenta told him to kill Tommy. He didn't kill him. And so that won Tommy's trust. So now this is where it gets Hollywood. It's about Tommy and Snake Eyes is in a room, just them two. It's about 50 goons. And of course, they kill all 50 goons. Get out, it's probably another 25, 50 more, and they keep getting loose. So, the action parts is all into it with the karate and, the kung fu fighting and all that. So they get out of that, and Kenta get away. Snake Eyes gets stabbed. When he wake up, he's on a plane with Tommy. Tommy's headed back to Japan. He got a clan. Now, where the critics were already bashing this movie, where it gets wonky is where the action is packed throughout the whole movie, but the storyline gets wonky because Tommy just meets Snake Eyes, and he already ready to bring him into the fold of the family, take him through these trainings so he can be part of the clan. And Tommy is next in line to run the clan. His grandmother Sin is the head of the clan, and the clan has this special jewel. So you find out that this was all a setup. Really, Snake Eyes, Kenta planning him to get close to Tommy so that he could steal the jewel. And Snake Eyes got to go through all these tests. Now, Akira is like the right-hand man of the clan. You got Blind Master, he's in there, and you got Hard Master. And so, plus Sin, the grandmom, and they're weary. They like, yo, man, you just met this guy. What you doing bringing him in the fold? So, Snake Eyes asked, can he use a motorcycle? Now, he's not really supposed to be from Japan, but he's saying he needs to go make a ride. So you already knew that was the suspect part. So he goes and he meets Kenta, and Kenta, he's telling Kenta, why should I do this? But he reminds him that he has the guy who killed his father, but he needs him to get that jewel first. Now, the jewel has power, and it has where you can shoot flames out of the jewel or whatever. So, he's still earning everybody's trust, going through these challenges. So the last challenge, pretty much, Snake Eyes found out how they get the jewel. The jewel is in a secret location, and it has to be the DNA of him or his grandmom to get inside the temple area. And so Snake Eyes, they put him in this the last two challenges. One, he seen his psychological father telling him that the father forgives him, and that he pretty much, it wasn't his fault that he died. He was supposed to save himself, so he did right. And the last challenge was in this pit with all these big anaconda snakes. Now, that the snakes think you are pure, they won't bother you. If they know you're not right, they kill you. So he goes down there, and he think he's good at first, but then one of the other anacondas come, and it's great strike him, and he dodged it and went to another location, and Akira came down there and saved him. Now, what you find out is when he goes meets Kenta one of the times, you find out that Kenta is linked with a character named Baroness, who's part of Cobra. So you find out that Cobra is the one who wants the jewel. So Kenta wants it because he was part of the clan. He got kicked out the clan, but he wants to take over the clan, so that's why he wants the jewel. She wants the jewel for Cobra. So this is where Cobra is linked in. So you eventually find Snake Eyes, he steals the jewel, gets the jewel to Kenta and them, but realized he made a mistake. He was so caught up on revenge that he didn't have no morals and everything. But at that point, when he got to kill the guy who killed his dad, the guy told him it wasn't nothing personal. I was killing your dad for Cobra. Cobra says kill somebody, we don't ask no questions. So then once he knew that everybody was part of Cobra, that made him want to, direct his attention to Cobra. So he did at that time. You had Tommy and Akira coming to kill Snake Eyes because they felt as though you betrayed us. So they want the jewel back. So they all end up back at the temple, everybody fighting. They kind of forgive Snake Eyes and everybody fighting, but it was a moment where Tommy went to grab the jewel. He did get the jewel, and then you're not supposed to use the jewel for bad. And so Tommy had so much rage that he used the jewel to flash at Kenta. Now it didn't kill Kenta, and the grandma was upset, basically saying, Tommy, you're not worthy of leading the clan. So Kenta runs off in the forest. Snake Eyes chase him. They get this last battle, and they end up in the pit with the snakes. Of course, Kenta, heart is not pure. The snakes kill him. This go around, the snakes leave Snake Eyes alone because he has redeemed himself, and they look at him as being pure now. So at the end, you got everybody sitting in the main dojo, and the grandma said basically she's gonna be the last one ever to lead the clan, and basically denouncing Tommy of not being worthy to lead the clan after her. So he got highly pissed and left out. And so the whole time throughout the movie, Tommy has the white ninja suit. So anybody that's familiar with the G.I. Joe series, you know Cobra had a white ninja. And I didn't say that in the beginning, but the white ninja was Storm Shadow. So you instantly know that's what he's going to become. So he leaves the clan, leaves his ring, basically says he's not serving anybody no more. He's serving himself. He pretty much told Snake Eyes, the next time I see you, I'm going to kill you. And he left. And at that time, Scarlet shows up. She tells Snake Eyes about the G.I. Joe crew. Gave him information about his father, basically saying his father was a Joe. After he settled his differences with Storm Shadow, the Joes have a spot for him. And so Akira gave Snake Eyes her blessing or whatever. And his mission is just to bring Storm Shadow back in the fold. That's the end of the movie. Then a post-credit scene comes up, and it shows Tommy on a private jet flying, and it shows the Baroness show up. He puts a knife to her. She pretty much tells him that she could make a deal worth his while, basically working with the Cobras. And he told her, and she said, "Are you cool with that, Tommy?" And he said, "Storm Shadow. Call me Storm Shadow." The end. Now, where this movie failed at, for this to be an origins, the backstory, they fumbled the ball. They were so ready to get to the action, and then, as an adult, the backstory was weak. I thought the backstory for in the regular G.I. Joe movie, I thought that backstory was better. How they came about, how they came up, learned how to train and all that. I thought that backstory was better than this backstory, because it doesn't show where Snake Eyes got his training from. Like, what did he do? How he became so good? Oh, you know what I'm saying? So he was already good by the time you met him as an adult. So I think that's where they failed at for this movie. Not having a good backstory. Just jump right into the backstory. Is basically, this is showing how Snake Eyes became, in the old movie with Shannon Tatum and them, G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra, he was already part of them. So it does show a backstory of what happened between him and Storm Shadow when they was young. And this one is pretty much giving him a whole new storyline on how he came about, how he became a G.I. Joe and everything like that. I think the other backstory, it should have went on, touch base, how he became, where he got his fighting skills from and all that. That would have been better suited. I think that's where they missed. The link, where it got good, when you start to realize that even though the guy, Tommy, had the white on, so you always was saying the whole movie like, well, Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, you always knew he had the all black. You say this guy got on all white the whole movie, but he's been part of the clan, the good guy, the whole movie. And then at the very end, you see where he turned. So then you say, okay, connected the dots. That barred it to a 2.5 for me. So out of my 4-star rating system, I give this movie 2.5 out of 4 stars. I do see where the other critics are kind of like not favorably giving the movie praises, but 2.5 out of 4 stars. The action scenes is keeps you in tune. Just a bad storyline for the, how he came up with his dad and never touched base on how he became, his fighting and all that. That would have been nice to see. But other than that, subscribe to the channel, like the video. Till next time.